What's going on, everybody? Here's the other update I was talking about. Got all my floor pans painted up now, seam sealed, and got underneath done as well. Same thing, seam sealed all of it. All this everywhere you see, I went over and even seam sealed where I had spot welded to the braces. I didn't do this one yet. There's a couple more spots I need to do. Then we got that one over there. I had a little patch back there in the corner, and the rest of it was just seam sealer was missing. But this one here, we replaced this whole pan. We replaced the torque box. Replaced this whole pan all the way up to the toe board. Toe board was good, so we just cut it off there. Like I said, we've been sorting out the wiring. Got the heater box back in. Got kick panels in here. Steering columns back in. Ignition switch, everything's hooked up. She'll run off the key now instead of jump starting it. I went ahead and put a lot of the interior pieces back in just to make sure they fit, because it's been a long time since they've been here, which a lot of the stuff was never even in this car when I had it. It was just laying in the trunk or in boxes. And put a sunroof in. Now this had a sunroof when I got it, the hole, and somebody had welded in just a big plate, and they left this mess, and there was ½ inch of this crap over here. So I took that out. The bracing was welded to the upper skin and the lower skin, and then I got lucky and found this sunroof on eBay, and it was a new old stock thing from probably back in the 70s or 80s, according to the box, and it fit perfect. I didn't really have to trim anything. It was the right size for the old hole, and like I said, I just removed the plug and put that in. Then, like I said, you know, that will fix on the roof. As far as I'm worried about, I need to sand all this junk off, see where the dents and things are to fix that, and that's about all I'm going to do with that. The whole car needs to be redone, even though it was straight out of the body shop pretty much when I got it. But if you notice down low, that body line's gone. They replaced that lower portion, and then they just filled the door in, best I can tell, so that you don't have that crease in the bottom. One of these front fenders, they did repair the bottom of. I'm not sure which one it was. I think it might have been driver's side. But same thing. I went on the driver's side, ground the door down, found a bunch of Bondo. Didn't really see any rust or dents. Not sure why they want to do that, just to make it match, I guess, where they just kind of patched this. I think they just flat patched it, sheet metal. Didn't buy a replacement or nothing. Also had to put different wheels on the front. I had the deep dish Craigers on the front as well as the back, but they stick out too far and about tear the fenders off. So we just put the old crap ones back on that I had for rollers for now, so we can steer it and move it, because last video it was sitting more over here where the tank is, the back end, and the front end was about over where it's at. I scooted it over and got it up on the ramps and stands in the back. That way we can work on, we're working on exhaust too, which, speaking of, I bought a universal X-pipe deal, and I guess if your headers are narrower than what they have for that, then you're just SOL, because I could not get that X-pipe to work with these. So I'm kind of just doing away with it, and I'm going to kind of do something like this. Let that come straight off my headers. This comes back in the tunnel on both sides, of course together, not apart like an idiot. And then I've got some other pieces here, some straights, some adapter sleeves, some 15-degree bends, stuff like that. Just going to kind of run it back and try to put them basically where the other door exhaust kits put them, right underneath the rear seats there. And let's see, we have also, I put in new weather strip. I don't have it fully locked in, it's just setting in place in the channels. When I got this car, these channels weren't even in here. They just had the weather strip glued to the roof, and doing that I had to peel it off, and it ruined it. Didn't even have the clips in it because they were just stuck to the roof. And the trims were just in a bag in the house, laying in the trunk of the car when I got it. And I brought them out and put them in. Got all that weather strip in. The door was pretty much the same way. Got the locks in today finally. That was another mishap. If you look down in there and see earlier in the other video, little arm on the back of the lock, whoever took the old locks out took the arm with it. And so I had no arm, or paw as they call them, to actuate that little rod and make it work. Oh, and we've also, I painted all inside these doors in the bottom because they had done some patchwork and they were a little rusty. So I got in there and tried to wire brush it best I could, paint it, try to keep that from rusting any further. But yeah, we got the locks in after getting those lock paws in the mail. Got them in, they're working. And the weather strip on the car, like I said, it was messed up. And on the door, they come down the door and had it pretty well in the holes. You see the little holes there for the clips. And when they got down here, they just skipped it and they glued it, and they missed like all the holes across the bottom. Got a couple here and there. Something up here, they just glued it and missed the holes. And taking that off, trying to save it, it just tore apart. So I've got new door seals, new weather seals in there. Matter of fact, right here is all the seals. I got trunk seal because I had to tear that one apart. Door seals. Got the dash out here. I was checking that, and I was going to put it in, but it's got some cracks and stuff in it. So I'm going to get a dash cover and put on it before I put it in the car. I don't know if I've ever shown this, but you got tail lights in here. Here's the trunk area. You can tell they've been in here doing stuff too. And really, there's kind of a bad spot right there. It's just broke loose. But it looks to me like they've just smeared this whole thing full of seam sealer or Bondo or something. It's not too terrible, except for this. That was my fault. The trunk drop off was just patchy. Little piece of metal here rusted really bad, so I just cut it all out. And I've got all that. Got new trunk drop offs to put in. I still have to do. But I've got wiring ran back in here. Been trying to figure all that out and what goes where. I figured since the trunk was open, I'd go ahead and show you guys. And I think that's pretty well it. I think we might be caught up. I'm just trying to get everything put back on, get the wiring hooked up. I never had a battery in this car when I got it, so I don't even know what works and what don't. And you got all kind of power on this car. You got power door locks, power windows. I don't know if the turn signals, brake lights, headlights, horn, blower motor, anything. I don't even know if the dome light worked. I know for one, the dome light switches are missing, which I'm still trying to figure out. I'm missing part of the wiring. Whatever part goes on those switches and runs into the car. I don't think I have anything across the dash. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look at the wiring diagrams and see what color is supposed to be what. And of course, you know how wiring is. It's a long, drawn-out process, and it's a big pain in the butt. But just wanted to give you guys an update and let you see where we're at, and try to see if I can do these videos more often as I keep finishing stuff up. So stay tuned for some more, hopefully. And thanks for watching.